In the annals of American crime, few names evoke as much notoriety and fascination as Al Capone. The infamous Chicago mobster, whose reign during the Prohibition era left an indelible mark on the city's history, was a central figure in a series of brutal gangland wars that erupted in the 1920s. These conflicts, fueled by the lucrative bootlegging trade and a relentless pursuit of power, would come to define Capone's legacy as one of the most feared and influential crime bosses of his time. The origins. To understand the genesis of Capone's involvement in the gangland wars, one must delve into the power struggle that unfolded between Johnny Torrio and Dean O'Banion, two rival bootlegging operations vying for control of Chicago's lucrative liquor trade. Torrio, a seasoned mobster from New York, had established a formidable criminal empire in the city, while O'Banion, a brash and ambitious Irishman, sought to challenge his dominance. It was in this volatile climate that a young Al Capone, fresh from the streets of Brooklyn, found himself drawn into Torrio's orbit. Recognizing Capone's potential, Torrio took him under his wing, grooming him to become a trusted lieutenant and enforcer within his organization. The conflict between Torrio and O'Banion escalated in 1924 when O'Banion's men hijacked one of Torrio's liquor shipments, sparking a series of retaliatory strikes that would ultimately claim O'Banion's life. It was in the aftermath of this assassination that Capone's star began to rise, as he assumed a more prominent role within Torrio's organization, now under the leadership of the infamous Frank Nitti. The Capone Weiss War. With Torrio's retirement in 1925, Al Capone seized the opportunity to consolidate his power, setting his sights on eliminating his remaining rivals and establishing his dominance over the Chicago underworld. Chief among these rivals was Jaime Weiss, a former ally turned bitter enemy who had forged his own criminal empire in the wake of O'Banion's death. The conflict between Capone and Weiss quickly escalated into a full-blown war, with both sides engaging in a series of brazen attacks and assassinations. The streets of Chicago became a battleground, as Capone's enforcers, led by the notorious Jack Machine Gun McGurn, waged a relentless campaign of violence against Weiss and his associates. One of the most infamous incidents of this bloody feud was the St. Valentine's Day Massacre of 1929, in which 7 members of Weiss's gang were brutally gunned down in a garage on the city's north side. While Capone's direct involvement in the massacre has never been conclusively proven, the audacity and brutality of the attack cemented his reputation as a ruthless and uncompromising crime boss. The aftermath. In the wake of the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, Capone's grip on the Chicago underworld tightened as he effectively eliminated his most formidable rivals and solidified his control over the city's bootlegging operations. With an estimated annual income of over $100 million at the height of his power, Capone's empire seemed impregnable, a testament to his cunning and his willingness to employ extreme violence to achieve his goals. However, Capone's reign would ultimately be cut short by the relentless pursuit of law enforcement agencies, particularly the Internal Revenue Service, IRS. Recognizing the difficulty of prosecuting Capone on charges related to his criminal activities, the IRS instead focused on building a case against him for tax evasion, ultimately securing a conviction in 1931 that would lead to his imprisonment and the eventual dismantling of his criminal empire. The legacy. In the decades since Capone's downfall, the gangland wars of the Prohibition era have taken on a mythical quality, capturing the imagination of writers, filmmakers, and historians alike. The brutality and excess of Capone's reign have become synonymous with the excesses of the Roaring Twenties, a cautionary tale of the consequences of unchecked ambition and the pursuit of power at any cost. Yet beyond the sensationalism and the romanticized depictions, the gangland wars of Al Capone's era serve as a stark reminder of the human toll exacted by organized crime. The countless lives lost, the families torn apart, and the communities traumatized by the violence that erupted on the streets of Chicago stand as a sobering testament to the destructive forces unleashed by the pursuit of wealth and power through illicit means. As we reflect on this turbulent chapter in American history, it is imperative that we learn from the mistakes of the past and remain vigilant in our efforts to combat the scourge of organized crime. For while the names and faces may change, the allure of power and the temptation of easy money remain ever present, threatening to unleash a new cycle of violence and chaos if left unchecked. The gangland wars of Al Capone's era serve as a powerful reminder of the fragility of the social fabric and the importance of upholding the rule of law. They stand as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, as communities and law enforcement agencies rallied to confront the forces of corruption and restore order to the streets of Chicago. In the end, the legacy of Al Capone and the gangland wars he helped ignite is one of both cautionary tale and inspiration, a reminder of the depths to which humanity can sink when consumed by greed and ambition, but also a testament to the enduring strength of those who stand firm in the face of adversity, unwavering in their commitment to justice and the preservation of the social order. As we look to the future, it is our collective responsibility to ensure that the lessons of the past are not forgotten and that the sacrifices of those who fought against the scourge of organized crime are honored through our continued vigilance and unwavering commitment to the ideals of justice, equality, and the rule of law.